Okay, welcome to another slightly drunk, or at least not sober, version of Old Tech Farts.
Yeah, we had to drink a little bit before we could face what we're going to talk about today.
It's Saturday after all, and this time we have with us Jona.
It's Friday.
It's Friday. Okay, it's Friday, and we have with us Jona from across the country.
Yeah, my brother.
Indeed.
And
to your defense, it's 10 minutes into Saturday, so
I was correct.
Yeah,
you're good to go.
I was correct.
Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. All excuses for the drunk man to my right. Okay, tonight we are starting up with a very important question, which is men over 40 playing FPS shooter games.
Not pretty.
Well, okay, I agree. It's not pretty.
I had nothing to do with the choice of topic. Just saying.
Because you're over 40 and you're a master of FPS shooters, Jona.
Not really.
Well, we've been, before we started the camera, we've been talking of this all night, and we are trying to figure out why. Is it just the reaction time? Is it just that we've been getting slower through the years, or are there any other reasons that we struggle with? Well, we have been playing Battlefield 1 since release now.
I've been thinking about it, and for me, I think it's more. I just can't get the aim right.
Yeah, the aiming.
You can't win if you shoot people in below the head.
Yeah.
When you're playing with the young guys that almost do this, I wouldn't say professional, but play a lot more than we do because of time, obviously. You can't afford to shoot them in the body. You need to hit them, headshots.
And
do you agree?
And I assume, Jona, being the same age as us, that you also aim for like the middle region of whatever enemy you encounter.
I love the legs.
You're a leg shooter.
Yeah. There's never been so many World War I soldiers looking like Beyonce. Just legs all over.
Take the knees. Yeah. I know what you mean. And okay, I admit there's probably some reaction times issues as well. But for me, it's pretty much the aiming thing. I aim for the stomach, chest region, and anyone I encounter shoots me in the head. So,
and it's also, for me, it's a bit of I'm a bit too offensive when I play.
Yeah.
I'm a bit too offensive. Run around like a maniac, even though I'm in a squad and I'm supposed to help. I kind of get sidetracked and just run off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's your plate style, which is another thing. But I was thinking, and me and Sindre talked about this earlier, because my claim is that when the three of us started playing FPS shooter games back in the days, which would be Doom and Half-Life and games like that.
Duke Nukem 3D.
Duke Nukem 3D.
That was the one.
Yeah, my claim is that something like headshot and headshot bonus didn't exist. You either hit or miss the target. Is that correct? Is that how you remember it, Jona?
Well, the graphics were much...
of course.
There weren't so many pixels on the screen then.
No.
The resolution was low, so I guess that's pretty correct. And the early games were pretty blunt when it came to the graphic engine, but probably also the gaming engine. Yeah. I think it changed a lot when Quake 2 and 3 maybe came.
Yeah, probably. So that's because I know that my issue is that I can't aim. I don't aim at my enemy's head. I aim for their body, the biggest target, so to speak. And although I know I should aim for the head, the instinct kicks in, and I shoot at the biggest target, which is the upper body stomach area.
I have the same problem. I keep telling myself when I play, because I know I keep just keep the crosshairs up, keep the crosshairs up in the middle. But for some reason, you run around and you hear stuff behind you and stuff, and it
drops.
Sort of drops.
Well, it's a good thing you can't fight your instincts, and your instincts was correct 20 years ago, but isn't anymore.
I don't think we can only blame
Come on, work with
upbringing. I think we're just slow, and when you look at a lot of the kids playing today, a guy our age doesn't have enough time to work on becoming that level, and of course the reaction time, and they are fitter in many ways.
Of course, yeah, but I still think the theory applies that our instinct tells us to just hit their body somewhere and it will count the same.
I do that,
and that's really not working. No, but I want to emphasize that we're still having fun playing Battlefield.
Yeah.
Being at the top of the leaderboard isn't everything, and so we still have fun. And we have the occasional fights where we are in the top 5 at least.
Well, you guys maybe.
Yeah, me and you. Sorry, me and you now. Yeah.
I've been playing now. I'm tracking a medal. And there are 3 stages in the medal, and the last stage is to get 5 kills in one life with a sniper rifle. I've spent the whole week. There's just no chance. 3 or 4 kills. You kind of lost me when you said there's 3 stages of a medal, because I've yet to get a medal.
Yeah,
mostly because I haven't triggered one. I haven't set one up. But
But I haven't played many hours. If I've played 40 hours.
We don't count hours. That's okay. Well, maybe we've kind of come to a conclusion here that it's partly lack of reaction time, being the age we are. And
I would think so.
And that's my theory. The biggest thing is that we've grown up playing that any hit on any part of the body counted for the same damage, but these days a headshot counts for about 80-90% more damage than a body shot.
Yeah, and I also think what we shouldn't forget is that if you don't play a game on a regular basis, you don't remember the maps as correctly in your head.
Yeah,
but as you would if you played it all the time.
A good theory with me and Jone plays like every other day, 2-3 nights a week. Jone, thereabout.
Yeah, at least the last month, but before that it was years before since. So
yeah,
I think we're
Yeah, we don't put in like these 12 hours gaming sessions anymore.
But in my opinion, it is important to know the map. You know where you can duck behind. You can run around, sneak around. You know where people will come.
Excuses.
Not
excuses.
No, but I think in a game like Battlefield, where you have the possibility to heal and to get strong again, it's good to know the maps, to find some zones where you might find safety. So I believe Sindre has a point when it comes to knowledge of the map, but also smart moves and playing together as a squad, because there's a lot of teamwork. So I think we are more lone wolves. We're not used to communicating and talking and being aggressive.
We're communicating together a lot, but we're not going the same places. We're not doing the same things. And the standard question when we are playing, where are you?
That's not good when you're in a squad.
Where are you? That's quite that's not a good sign,
No. And the one, you're in a plane now. Yeah.
We wouldn't win any war with
No.
where are you tactics, you know.
I'm actually I'm so bad. I'm quite happy with 0.5 kill death ratio. If I manage to get that, I'm quite chuffed.
Yeah.
I mean, when you play with these guys that play like 5-10 times more than we do,
I've learned to live with as long as I kill anyone riding on a horse, that round is okay. Press to get the sable out.
Oh, that's a good kill.
One kill
like
on
that.
a horse kind of beats everything. Okay, so that's old man playing FPS shooters.
Yeah.
Sad topic, but we had to cover it anyway.
That's why we had to drink before we talked about it.
Yeah. But we're going to touch on a little, not only old farts, but old tech farts, because last video we talked about AMD coming out with the Ryzen
processors,
which it's just the next CPU that finally we hopefully gonna give Intel
a run for the money.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we hope.
Yeah,
and that's what the tests are sort of indicating.
Yeah, and until now it's been first quarter of 2017, and now we have a week. At least early March. That's the
the main boards were going to come out March. Was it 2nd?
March 2nd, yeah, and probably in the same week or within a week of that March 2nd, the CPUs are coming as well.
Yeah, I would actually think there's no point releasing a motherboard or motherboards.
Selling motherboards
if you don't have
has no CPUs.
If you don't have the CPUs, so I would think that would sort of happen at the same time. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, and me and Jone knows very well that Sindre has been on kind of an AMD. What is it? Fan or
not
idiot
fan per se.
Idiot maybe is a better word.
I'm on support the underdog. You know, if you only have one, the prices will just skyrocket. So we need AMD, and you see the prices on some Intel processors. Yeah. Now. Yeah,
we are rooting for AMD, and it will drop the prices probably on Intel's processors as well when it all hit the market.
And we know Vega now is going to come. Vega.
Is there any other way of saying it?
Oh, I think so.
Vega.
Vega. I think
vegan? No, that's another thing. It will come quarter
Q2. It said.
Summer.
Early summer. That's the rumors.
And Vega is the graphic card from the AMD.
Yes,
that's
AMD's new.
Supposedly gonna do well. We'll see. We'll see.
We need a 2-horse race.
Indeed, to help us out
against Intel on the processors and NVIDIA on the graphics.
But how large is the demand for quicker processors? I mean, I still use some processors that are 3, 4, even 5 years old, and they still do the job very well. It's not like before when it sort of a year later the world was very different.
But that's, in my opinion, exactly the problem, because Intel has not really had any competition from AMD in the last, really 5 years, I think. Since late 2011, when the Bulldozer came out, and it wasn't really any good.
Yeah, and supposedly, and because we're talking about a processor that hasn't been released yet, supposedly the AMD Ryzen will their top of the line processor will have 8 cores and 16 threads, hyper-threading. And for us who do videos and will render videos, 16 cores will do a lot. And of course, Intel already has threads, and Intel who already has 16 and even do you have a 10 core as well?
No, well,
8 core. Well, that's like kind of a $2,000 processor, and this will be kind of a mainstream segment. So 3 $350 for their 16-thread processor.
I'm not sure it's going to be that cheap. I'm thinking more 500-600, I would think.
Okay.
And I think that if you talk in US prices, I mean, here it's more like 2 for the highest Intel, but in the US I think it's 1,100, 1,200 or something.
Still a lot of money. So
still a lot of money.
But that's the hope, at least, that it will give finally Intel some battle, and it will be good for all of us because the technology would kind of take a step forward again instead of. Well, I have a 4-year-old CPU, the i7-2600K, and I still, when we play Battlefield, as we talked about earlier, I'm among the first 3 or 4 into every new map, which is kind of sad with an old processor, 4-year-old processor.
That's the problem with Intel. They haven't had any real competition, and they haven't really pushed their processor architecture more than they really have to. So you're talking, incremental increases every year, like 5 to 7% every year, and you can still have a 4 or 5-year-old processor, and you're still doing really well compared to the new ones.
Yeah.
So you need AMD to come up now and be competitive and lower the prices, and that means that Intel needs to
basically just get back in the game.
Yeah, and get back in the game and try to push technology a bit more. I'm assuming that in the next few years we're going to go down to 10 nanometers, maybe 7 in a few years.
But I got to stop you because I see at my screen here that we're pushing 17 minutes now.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So if anyone is still watching, get a life.
or start playing FPS and die really quick.
Yeah. As we do, mostly.
We do that all the time.
Yeah. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
See you next time.
See you. Bye.
Cheers, guys.